A picture of 24-year-old Ahmed al-Saadi is laid next to the grave of his friend Abdullah al-Husari, who was killed by Israeli forces in March. Now they're both buried in the same cemetery, a few meters from each other. Both were members of the Islamic Jihad party in Jenin, in the north of the occupied West Bank. Mourners tell us al-Saadi went to confront Israeli forces when they raided the refugee camp early on Saturday.
He took me to the hospital in the morning to check on my arm. When he heard the Israeli army was in the camp, he wanted to confront them. Later I called him and he said he was surrounded. Then he didn't pick up the phone. I saw videos of him on the ground.
He was always with me too. I used to try to convince him to stay safe. All of his friends became martyrs. He was sick of this life.
The Palestinian Health Ministry say 30 Palestinians from the occupied West Bank have been killed since the beginning of the year, most during confrontations with Israeli forces. Just 10 days ago, Palestinians in the Jenin refugee camp buried 17-year-old Sanad Abu Atiyah here after he was shot by the Israeli forces' fire. Now, they're mourning the loss of Ahmed al-Saadi and remembering Abdullah al-Husari, who was killed by Israeli forces' fire 40 days ago. Palestinians here are telling us that the Israeli occupation has left them with one option: to fight it. The Israeli army say 2 Palestinians were arrested and plans made to demolish the home of Ra'ad Hazem. He's the gunman suspected of killing 3 Israelis in an attack on a bar in Tel Aviv on Thursday. His family have been summoned for questioning by the Israeli military, but told Al Jazeera they don't intend to go. 2 of the 4 attacks in Israel in the past 3 weeks were by Palestinians from the Jenin area. Palestinians consider Jenin a stronghold for resistance to the Israeli occupation, and it's estimated that there are thousands of guns here. During the Second Intifada, the Jenin refugee camp was the scene of one of the deadliest raids by the Israeli military. 20 years later, without a state or freedom from occupation, Palestinians here say the battle isn't over. Nida Ibrahim, Al Jazeera, the occupied West Bank.